You know, a lot of people be asking me about 600 Memo. Kind of confused me for a second because I get that DM a lot. Before I go into this blog, I actually have to tell you that 600 Memo actually blocked me on Instagram over some weirdo shit. He posted some shit about Tap Money on his page. Who the fuck is Tap Money? Some suburban ass shit. Something like that, to the degree of that, right? So I reposted it. Shit, that's what I do. I'm a blogger. We reposted what the fuck you posted. He DM me, man, you an instigator, blocked me, all tough guy shit in the DM. Now, I didn't know that he had Tap Money blocked and he was posting that shit on some scary shit. I didn't know that. He posted DM me like, hey, yo, Truth, man, you know I'm on some scary shit and I'm posting some shit hiding behind Tap Money back and shit, right? He ain't gonna see it. He didn't tell me that, so I posted it and he ended up getting upset at me. But after we end with that though, but don't get me wrong. I can actually say 600 Memo worked hard to get where he at. That guy started off to where he at now is different. I can actually say he worked on his craft to get better. And it's hard climbing out that it's a bucket, you know, and to get to the top of that shit is hard, you know. So it's hard to climb up under that rock. So I respect the young man for what he did to be able to drop a lot of videos, do millions of views, get a buzz. Dirk started fucking with him and shit. Don't get me wrong. I talk to a lot of people in the streets who tell me they be lying on 600 Memo, and he really in this shit and about that shit. You know, he was really in the old school Chief Keef videos. His brother really was about that shit. He was really in those neighborhoods. That's what I hear. Now, whether you guys want to believe it or not, I do think the fame kind of changed that brother. But that happened with a lot of people when they're young, and this Instagram shit kind of hits you real fast. And next thing you know, you're getting a lot of impressions, likes, and views and shit, and you start thinking like that's money, even though popularity don't equate to success. But a lot of people don't understand that. But I'm not gonna lie, Memo rose real fast with the stepper songs and a lot of shit. But he kind of burnt a few bridges along the way. This guy got a lot of beefs with niggas in 600, like Dotarachi. He was once upon a time throwing shots at Breezy, beefing with Tay 600, trying to expose Shark 600. So he got beef going on in his old neighborhood. He beefing with people in OBLOCK. He beefing with Bezu homies from THF. He beefing with Blackgate. You know, these are all people who was once brothers and homeboys to him, who said Memo kind of got the clout and the fame and changed up and feel like he bigger than people. I didn't see this happen a lot. Sometimes you got to be humble because the same people you shit on to be the same people you see on your way down. And that is like the biggest facts, you know. Ain't nobody out here perfect. But you know, when you start getting money, the girls start liking you, people start saying, hey, ain't that you from the videos? That shit'll go to your head. The clout is dangerous, man. That shit is poisonous. That shit'll how you forgetting where you're from. That shit'll how you scamming your fans. That shit'll how you doing all kind of shit. Because it's the kind of power that come with the clout. A lot of people don't understand that. But it's a lot of rumors that a lot of people ain't got hurt being around 600 Memo too. I also hear that he's an instigator. He be on bullshit, you know. It's a lot more things I hear about 600 Memo, but this ain't the place and the time to be seeing that. I got to do a little more information to verify that before I just splat that out. But in my opinion, you know, he like one of Dirk goons, the guy who kind of wild, who will pop off. That's why Dirk got him around. It clearly ain't for the records. I mean, even though he buzzing, he ain't the hottest shit I ever heard, but he is decent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating. So it's something for Dirk to have him around. It seemed like Dirk tend to reach for the tough guys of the neighborhood, so don't let that go over your shoulders. A lot of people kind of got up on him with his beefs and shit when he started beefing with like Lil Mister and beefing with a lot more rappers in the industry. Exposing Me did real good. You know, they got to disrespecting people on that song. FBG Duck and them actually remixed it, and they shit did way more views, you know. So Memo600 did kind of put an imprint in the game. Now, whether you guys want to believe this or not, you know, it had been several attempts on this life and all kind of shit. I hear that 600 Memo is one of the top targets of the ops in Chicago, so... You know, remember though, because a lot of people seem to think a real nigga equates people who doing violence. I don't really think because you shoot people and shit make you real. I think taking care of your family and taking care of your responsibilities puts you on that real plateau to me. But anyway, the people want to know. But in my opinion, 600 Memo is, you know, He's a rap nigga coming from Chicago, 600. You know, one of those guys is out there. I don't recall seeing him early in the movement with like L.A. Capone, but he was in the videos in the background. He might have not been front line, but he was there. You know, now as far as his reputation in the streets, I never got a chance to interview him, but I have talked to a lot of people who told me he fool, he ain't really about that shit, and I have talked to people who told me he really be out there on that shit. So you gotta take it for what it's worth. It's the homie truth.